Alrighty then, so everybody, welcome to the first game here in the m1lkcast tournament. We are going to go ahead and get things going.
Shouldn't we have a name? Like Milkcast's Pro League for pros?
Yeah, it's the I hope I don't get sued for copyright infringement, but I guess you could call it the m1lkcast MLG Pro XXX 360 No Scope tournament. No, in seriousness,
The
we're now.
MLG, the Milkcast Star League?
Yeah, Starly, that's a great one. m1lkcast Starly. So anyway, a little bit of backstory for those before we go over the picks and bans. For those who maybe are a little new to the whole m1lkcast format, this started off as just 5v5 custom games, shotcasted and streamed for people in the Reddit community. Sort of, became a little bit popular, especially after a submission to the Reddit League of Legends subreddit that picked up a lot of views. And really, Kaiser Wilhelm, who is the other guy talking right now, and I decided that maybe we wanted to take this a little bit further. So we decided to go ahead and get a sort of tournament type deal going. And this is actually the inaugural game of the m1lkcast League tournament. So I will be posting a little bit of information on how to sign up and join later in the day. However, this is kind of peak hours. I guess it's a nice time zone where people in EST, since it's a Friday night, they are home from work, home from school, whatever, and are ready to watch some games and maybe even play them. So this is team. Uh, we're just calling
LMA.
them LMA because their name is in Tagalog. Liga Mga Alamat. I don't even know. I hope I said that right. And that is against Team Never Invade. So we're going to go ahead and see how things go. Just in terms of picks and bans, we see Shen, Lee Sin, and Morgana banned for blue team. Sort of solo QS bans that are based more around the power level of those champions than maybe the players who play them. Janna, one of the best supports in the game right now because she has, of course, a lot to her kit. She does have a couple weaknesses. She sort of gets poked down. She has no sustain. But other than that, I mean, she's just so strong in team fights and hard engages and things like that. Twisted Fate, sort of a dominant force in some of these in-houses so far. He has the global ulti and hard CC and quite a fair amount of damage. So not the strangest ban we've ever seen. And then Mundo, of course, very, very, very good control type of farm jungler. He can, if you fall behind, Mundo can just cleave his way through your jungle, make you very scared to fight him. And it does
Whoa.
look like an Amumu might be picked up.
No
Uh,
way.
I don't, Amumu, honestly, uh,
I
I love him. I really
I
do,
it's
and
one of my he's one of my
I
favorite
like seeing him.
characters, and I like seeing him, but I also know that you know what happens when he loses that blue level one.
Yeah, but
It,
you
it,
know what frustrates me is that people are like Mundo, like god tier jungler. He's so good. It's like you ever see Mundo try and engage a fight? Doesn't work. Doesn't work so well. No hard CC, only a single target slow. Quite beefy. Probably a little bit tankier than Amumu in terms of the actual, resistances and health and effective health that he has in a team fight. However, Amumu waits in the fog of war while four of your team pushes down mid, lands that bandage toss and hits R, and then that is a good engage.
He also pumps the damage your AP carry does with his passive.
With his
He's
passive,
just
yeah.
all around a crazy. If the Amumu lasts the duration of the fight, the enemy team is almost guaranteed to lose because of the fact that he just does a crazy amount of AOE damage
Yeah,
just
and
across
especially
the whole fight.
later on when Amumu maybe feels a bit more confident, obviously early game you sort of want to tank up a little bit because you are entirely melee range, you have no escapes,
Mm.
and you kind of just have to like go hard or go home on Amumu. So, but once later on, once you have that kind of tanky, frozen heart, Randuin's,
Mm.
whatever built up, and you get maybe a little bit of AP like a Abyssal Scepter
Mm.
or even like a Death Cap or something, you do so much damage. People kind of forgot how much damage Amumu
Mm.
does when he
Especially when you
is.
have an Abyssal Scepter, because
Yeah,
again, AOE and it has that great AOE aura
yeah.
and
And I mean, he
synergizes well with
has
his
the
passive.
yeah, he has the percentage of max HP magic damage, which it's something ridiculously high. It's something like 8% like something
Yeah.
that people have forgotten how good it is, you know. But
Mhm.
it does a ton of damage to even the tanks as long as a Mumu can stick on someone. So I do like that Amumu pick. I think really it's going to come down to how well blue team can protect against counter jungling. We might see a Surge picked up. Sorry, a Clairvoyance. I'm looking at this Summoner spell Surge on Lulu, which I don't think we're going to see make it into the final game.
No, that might be a little bit of
A
trolling.
little bit of
And
troll.
apparently my client has bugged. So I won't be able to see. All right, I'm going to go check on the stream, I guess.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, it does look like we have Graves and Alistair. Alistair, of course, we have seen him a lot played as a jungler. However, he is generally played as support in the current
Mhm.
meta. We used to see a lot of AP Alistair, whether solo mid or solo top, but then they really those numbers, man, they just took a big
Mhm.
nerf. It was like a 0.8 ratio on his WQ, which is just
Whew.
absurd. That's like an AP Scion.
That is
Um,
that
then
is
again,
almost. I don't. Oh, I think the on his stun is actually lower than that.
yeah, I think it got nerfed a bit. Um, Yeah, so anyway, we do see what looks to be Gray's Alistair bot against probably Lulu Trist.
Mhm.
Unless it's support Galio. We shall see. Um,
I mean, they could run Lulu mid.
mhm.
That would be the
And
most unheard of thing.
yeah, by the way, guys, this Reddit in-house tournament's still going to be going on for a couple weeks. I do ask that if you want to get in touch with me, maybe maybe just go to the either the Reddit in-house channel on League or m1lkcast.com has an IRC link. So if you want to go ahead and go to that, it is the best way to talk to me because my friends list is full. Also, if you want to have any questions, please don't chat them to me. Theory of none. Uh, go
Aww.
ahead and ask them in Reddit in-house, just so I don't know. It is a little bit distracting for me to have to uh, open up chat while I go over picks and bans. He's probably not watching the stream, so he's oblivious to all this. Still messaging me about Elo. Damn
Somebody's
it!
messaging me, and I can't even respond right now because I
What
have a
is it? It's
Mumu
just
stuck.
black.
No, no, no. A Mumu somehow my screen got resized, and now I
Oh
can't
wow.
move it
Mhm.
or resize it anymore. So, and the part of the area that's cut off is the ability to close out of the Amumu.
Wow.
There we go. All right, I see it
Nice.
all.
Okay, cool. So it does look like now, of course, with the spectator mode, we do have a 3 minute delay, but that gives us a good idea. Anything that you see now is exactly what the players are going to use in game. So they've dropped those trolley surge clarity builds, and their summoner spells are now an accurate depiction of what we are going to see. Every single person on blue team actually picking up flash, which I think is a little bit interesting. So we do see what looks to be a Warwick Udyr top. I think early game, the Udyr has teleport, whereas the Warwick has ignite. We might see a little bit of early kill potential because I think overall Warwick can do a little, a bit of a good job of putting down the hurt early game onto Udyr before he gets that level 5 turtle shield, and also has the ignite as a finisher, whereas Udyr only has teleport. However, that teleport will come into play for maybe dragons,
Mhm.
or maybe even just the infamous teleport gank, which I think was popularized in IM Hanover, I want to say. No, it was way earlier than that. Anyway, one of the, for a while, teleport was just so strong as a
Mhm.
gank tool, and then they did kind of nerf it a little bit by providing vision in brushes when that teleport is used,
Mhm.
even if it's in Fog of War. Anyway, Warwick up against Udyr top, going to be interesting to see. Lulu looks to be supporting Tristana against a Gray's Alistair lane. Lulu Trist, I think, a little bit. Well, I don't know. Alistair is kind of one of the best all-in champs in the game because of his hard CC on his WQ combo,
Mhm.
and that kind of works very nicely with Graves' burst. We shall see how that bot lane goes.
Well, you know how Tristana tends to push the lane just because of the passive on her exploding shells.
Yeah.
So because of that, Alistar should be that lane should be very gankable for Olaf.
Mm-hmm. And then, of course, we do see Amumu in the jungle against Olaf, and Galio heading off against Orianna mid. Both of It's going to be interesting to see. We don't see much Orianna in these tournaments, and we don't see much Galio in these games. So I think we have seen a little bit of Galio and a little bit of Orianna, but they definitely are not the most common pick. In terms of the CC available, Blue Team has a very nice AoE CC team, but I don't know, maybe not the most synergy in the world there because there isn't actually really any AoE damage to back it up.
Y-
Warwick, of course, very single target. Tristana, very single target in terms of the actual damage. Unlike,
Mm.
Graves is sort of a good AoE caster because he has his Q and his R, which can send off a lot of damage from range. Tristana's only real AoE is her W, and if you're using
Mm.
W for damage in team fights, you are doing it so wrong.
Or you're playing AP Trist.
Or you're playing AP Trist, in which case you're doing it so right. Anyway, we will go ahead and see this game going here. Only a couple seconds left on the spectator delay. Once again, if you are interested in getting in on these Reddit in-house games, or especially the m1lkcast tournament, go ahead and join the Reddit in-house channel on the NA server. m1lkcast.com, of course, send it to all your friends. We will be streaming a number of these tournament games all day today. Hopefully, we're going to get over 100+ concurrent viewers. I think the most
I think
we've
we
had
need
so far.
advertisement for that.
Yeah, should probably post it on Reddit. I think the most we've had so far is 60 or 70. However, combined over the past week.
Oh, they've got the new Gallios in.
Oh, really? Wow, that's probably the reason we see that Galio being picked up. Anyway, yeah. Combined total views in the Reddit posts, the VODs, which I've had a lot of nice views, couple nice comments, lots of people subscribing to the m1lkcast YouTube channel where VODs of these games are posted. Yeah, local reporting is live this game, so I just wanted to double check that. But yeah, I mean, lots and lots and lots of viewers, but it would be great if we could get the numbers on the actual stream up. Things will really kick off with this tournament. We do have, how many teams would you say we have here?
20 teams.
20 teams?
I would say right now, and I think we have 2 or 3 more that I don't have info for, but have expressed interest.
Okay, awesome.
So a lot of people want to play.
Yeah.
And you guys should all be excited about watching everyone play because this is we're gonna give you the full treatment. We promise.
By the way, do you know the hotkey to hide the entire HUD? It is H. Okay, awesome.
It is H.
I don't really like that. I think just dropping down the center, the gold and everything is probably the best way to do it.
The fade out animation is pretty cool, though.
It is. It really is. I might just match that a little bit. We do see, by the way, what looks to be a level 1 invade, a very nice ward coming down from blue team because they know m1lk is so weak early, and they're going to want to back off because Alistar, so much CC. There's the flash headbutt on 4 members of blue team. It streams the m1lk actually going to go down first. I don't know why they stuck around. I mean, Galio was out of position. Could have been a different story. Maybe if they'd spread out, but it was a very nice, aggressive flash from the Alistar.
I don't know.
And look how much...
It seems like the reason they would have had that ward there would be like, oh, they're coming into our blue. Yeah. Let's just leave. We'll go do their blue.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So the way, by the way, gold is split up for assists and kills is, I believe, obviously you get the kill. First blood is worth 400 gold for whoever picks up the kill, which in this case was Udyr, who was able to pick up a cloth armor and a sight ward. Going to be quite an advantage over Warwick. Blue team doesn't actually know that their blue's not safe right now, and Screams looks like he's going to be a bit of a man. Wow. Okay, it looks like m1lk was the one who picked up that early ward. Just a little bit of a shame that they weren't really around to kind of make anything out of it. He is going to go for his wolves here. And what did he start level 1? He actually started with bandage toss.
No.
Which is so strange. It's like they really wanted to fight that at level 1, and this is just going to make his clear time so slow.
They must have underestimated the power of the enemy team's level 1.
Yeah,
or just
I mean, they
didn't expect that flash.
They had Undertow on Olaf, which is an AoE spell. They had Oriana's Q, her command attack. They had Alistar's flash headbutt, flash pulverize, and they had Buckshot. It's like all these single target damage dealers, m1lk, Warwick, Tristana, and Lulu, who started with her Whimsy. It's like, really it's an all single target spell, and level 1 you can do all the damage in the world, but it's really about AoE and it's really about CC. So it's not so much about how much single target damage you can put out. So anyway, a little bit of a misplay there. They had the very good idea to ward it, but then not only did Galio split away, but also they kind of engaged onto Alistar, which is not the smart thing to do. It is only 600 gold, as I was trying to mention. The way gold works in this game, First Blood obviously worth 400, and then I think it's 60% of the total amount of gold provided by the kill is split up as a sort of pool, it's a pie that gets sliced up for the remaining people who got assists.
Delicious first blood.
Delicious,
Pie.
yeah, exactly. So so really, it's not a huge gold lead. And sorry, that is, I think it's not 60%, it's like 40%. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is that a first
Olaf
blood
coming in up top.
is going to get you 600 gold lead. However, we do see another successful gank from Olaf, and especially since Udyr was able to get that first blood. Thanks, by the way, for calling out that gank. I was totally unprepared. Since we did see Udyr pick up the first blood, he did have sort of a big item advantage over Warwick, and hopefully that isn't going to mean he snowballs the lane. If you have a Udyr who is not afraid of you, he can put extra points into that tiger stance. We do see a lot of damage going down on Lulu bot, forced to blow her flash and her heal. So really just a dominant position in lane right now for purple team, and they already have a 2k gold lead.
Mid.
Mid, we do see some damage go down. Actually, Ignite going down. I think probably the smart decision for Galio to use his Ignite on Olaf, however, did miss that Q. The Q, not only is his damage nuke dealing about just around 180 damage right now, but it is also got quite a potent slow. So I think what he wanted to do was turn that gank around and get that double buff. He is getting so out CS right now because he is so afraid to go into melee range against Orianna. He only has 14 CS to her 24, falling quite far behind. Although, you know, Galio is one of those champions who just has such an easy time of farming later on. It's not the end of the world. However, already only 5 minutes into the game, a 2k gold lead for the purple team. We'll see, are they going to hold on to this lead? We have seen a number of awesome comebacks so far. On the m1lkcast YouTube channel, I do have almost all of the VODs from every game so far, especially the games with the crazy comebacks. We saw an hour and a 10-minute game. I think that was 2 days ago.
Nuts.
It was absurd. Pretty much it just came down to the fact that League of Legends is a pushing game and not a deathmatch. So the team with the most kills isn't the team that wins. Spoiler alert. But yeah, I mean, you know, that is sort of interesting to see. If Blue, you know, Blue can still win this game if they stay behind. A headbutt, ooh, and a nice rocket jump. Kind of good timing there. It didn't get cancelled by the Aster. This game can be a little strange in the way things work at times. Amumu's red buff getting counter jungled right now by the Olaf. Amumu had actually cleared small creeps.
Right earlier, but he just wasn't able to. And Amumu getting picked up on a ward up top, they're going to know exactly where he is.
Yeah, exactly. And that was good play from Olaf. They saw him walking up top. So he said, hey, this red buff for anybody? And just took it. Olaf maybe going to find the Amumu. I mean, right now, you know, he has red buff, Amumu doesn't. He has 2 levels up. He has some items. He has his Madrids and boots already to Amumu's cloth armor. Maybe gonna be able to find the Amumu's wolves. I don't think that maybe this is the best idea from Olaf to back off. Really, when you're this far ahead as a jungler, you're foolish to not counter jungle because, you know, really you can just, if the enemy jungler finds you, you can just stomp them. 2 levels and red buff. You know, this Amumu is just gonna lose a fight. All he has is a cloth armor. Galio using his bulwark on him, I think, just to get a little bit of health back from these creeps. So obviously that bulwark gives you both mana and MR, and armor. And not only that, but every time you get auto attacked, you will regenerate HP. A little bit of a level disadvantage up top for Warwick, who has just hit level 5, 7 minutes into the game. Usually you want to be level 6 by now. Both the AP mids are level 6, including the Galio, who's been forced back a couple times, who did actually miss a significant amount of XP mid. However, we shall see. Warwick does a decent job of farming under the turret with his new passive, which gives him quite a bit more magic damage, I think. And
on top of that, it gives him a very reasonable amount of sustain.
Yeah.
On top of that,
both Warwick's passive and his Q, his Hungering Strike, are able to give him a large amount of sustain. By the way, nice job from Killbot down by here, putting a pink ward in this brush. If they push up, it means Lulu's going to be able to occupy this position while they're a little more pushed. However, it also means that they have vision on this Alistar, so they can get free auto attacks in if he gets too close. So earlier you saw the Alistar sitting at the left side of that brush and was able to get a WQ onto the Tristana, really put some hurt down. With that pink ward, however, not quite the case, and they are able to kind of scare the cow away. Cow obviously is he's entirely melee range. We do also see, by the way, Green Ward going to the other brush. However, this does mean that the river isn't warded and Olaf is coming down. Tri-brush is warded though, so we'll see if this gank is successful. Alistair maybe going to want to flash in and get a headbutt. Here we go. There's the WQ combo. Very nicely done. Ignite actually going down on Tristana. However, she does have that rocket jump. I think Olaf just a little bit too slow. However, Lulu, they might find her. Alistair takes the turret aggro with his ulti on. The explosive shot from Tristana, though, able to... Oh. Whoa, so much damage going down on Trist. There's almost able to turn that around. I think got the auto attack off of the minion instead of Trist. Almost certainly would have been a kill. And Amumu is heading down level 5 only. However, when we see that Amumu hit level 6, it can be quite interesting. Udyr saying, what? And Warwick has used his ulti, not quite sure exactly what that's all about up there. Amumu just doing a nice job of kind of trying to farm up a little bit. He is quite speedy farming the Wraiths and the Wolves, the two smaller camps. Not so fast at taking the Ancient Golems. However, we shall see. Should be able to hit level 6 within maybe 30 seconds or so.
Works with a kind of strange ward. I don't know how much I like it. I mean, it's to try and catch anyone running into his jungle, but it's not. If Olaf just comes straight up through Tri-brush, he's not going to see him.
Yeah, and Udyr does have that bear stance, and it looks like Olaf actually going to go down through lane. I'm going to switch over to the vision provided by Warwick so we can see just how successful this Olaf is at ninjaing his way into the lane here. If I were Udyr, I would... Oh, actually, no, the lane is pushing. This could be trouble for Warwick. They do have that bear stance stun, and they do have Olaf with a sort of perma-slow. So we shall see.
We'll see if they go in before Warwick's flash comes up.
Yeah, and that is coming up very shortly. Oh, and Warwick gonna just come back. Very smart from him. Olaf is like, oh man.
I know, Olaf just wasted a lot of time.
Yeah, and this has actually allowed the Amumu to sort of catch up a little bit. He is spotted by a ward. He is quite far behind, which is a bit sad for him because, you know, if an Amumu gets ahead with those ganks, he can pick up an Oracles and just become invincible. However, right now he is just forced to clear some of his small camps.
A lot of damage going down bottom onto the Alistair.
Oh yeah. And by the way, red team now has put a pink ward down in that brush. Red buff has spawned, and Amumu I think making a little bit of a mistake here by ganking. However, the ward is gone. If only, actually, he can maybe sit around in lane to get level 6. He has.
I think he knows he's gonna go back and actually take that red.
Oh, okay. Maybe give it.
Well, we're getting picked up on that ward,
yeah,
so Brianna knows to back off.
Though. If he gets a flash ulti off, there's a lot of hard CC. And Olaf actually spotted on a ward by blue. Galio is, however, very low on health. Q going off. So much damage going down on Olaf. A nice flash away. Oh, Amumu making a huge mistake here.
Oh.
Ulting just thin air. Maybe he wanted to level up the skill accidentally.
No, he caught the Olaf. Olaf fucked his ult.
Oh, I'm sorry. But he got the kill on Olaf?
Warwick ulted him, which actually moved him, but Olaf kept running, and then he just Q'd him.
Wait, if Olaf ults a Warwick ult, Warwick doesn't follow him, right? He just sits in position, attacking
but if
air,
he's already in his ult, when Warwick ults him, Warwick gets moved to him.
Oh, yeah.
And Olaf can continue running.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
It was kind of a bizarre thing to watch.
Olaf's ulti now removes CC, which is interesting. So that Warwick and Amumu not going to be so effective against Olaf because they can't really catch him. It used to be that maybe if you had a lot of hard CC, you could kind of like chain stun an Olaf.
Or
you wouldn't be able to
Amumu and Galio, for that matter.
Yeah, and Warwick. Yeah, I mean, and yeah, nothing from Lulu or Tristana really able to be.
That, he won't be able to knock Olaf away.
Yeah. However, if you knock him away, he can't break out of it with ulti. You can't kind of get out of a knockback or
yeah, not mid knockback.
Yeah, exactly. And a nice, by the way, in case you missed it, teleporting into the ward that just expired from Udyr was able to pick up the kill on Galio. So that was a 1-for-1 exchange, I believe. Yeah. We did see a kill going to Warwick and a kill going to Udyr. So Udyr quite a dominant position right now. 5 points
Mid.
into Tiger Stance. There we go. That is certainly going to be a kill. Oriana, I think, maybe misplaying it a little bit by flashing away when she knew she was already dead. Olaf going to come around, maybe get caught up, but no, it's just decides to play it safe. Maybe wants to get a little bit of CS here. Obviously, junglers can take the CS of their lanes.
Oh man, but look, even Warwick's been out of lane for so long, he has half the CS of Udyr.
Wow, yeah, 41 to 94. He still has a fair amount of utility from his Hunter's Call and his ulti. However, you really want to get that Frozen Heart with Zen type items built up because
going for an early
melee.
Well, either a Madrid's Blood Razor, which has always been a popular item on Warwick.
Yeah, I think it is going to be a Wriggles because he he is getting taken down very low on health with this Tiger Stance Udyr. Tiger Stance Udyr, of course, dealing a ton of magic damage with his Q.
Oh, they have a timer on this blue, or at least an estimate. I thought he was going to drop a ward down, but it doesn't look like he will.
Blue buff actually on Galio, so the timer's a little bit mistaken. However, Oriana also picking up, both Galio and Oriana picking up their second blue buffs of the game. Olaf looks like he might head down into the enemy jungle. Maybe go for a dragon.
Back 30 CS in bot lane.
Yeah.
And so overall, the farm advantage going to Team Never Invade.
Wow, Graves actually has his BF sword already and 1500 gold, so he is doing quite well. 120 CS at the 14-minute mark. Oriana 134 CS at the 14-minute mark. Very, very dominant. Galio was able to kind of pick up. He was quite behind earlier on. Apparently the sound is echoing, as it so often does. I'm going to go ahead and restart that sound. There we go. Thank you for telling me that Legend of Bok Choy. By the way, in this little bit of downtime we have here, so this is actually the first tournament game I'm casting here for m1lkcast with Kaiser Wilhelm.
Very exciting.
Very exciting stuff. And I will go ahead and make sort of a more formal announcement about the format of the m1lkcast tournament. But I shall, for now, just say, if you want to get a team together, go ahead and join the Reddit in-house channel on the NA server. We have a lot of people always looking for teams, so go ahead and do that. And m1lkcast.com will be updated shortly, probably this weekend, with information on this tournament. For now, though, enjoy the stream. Maybe if you have a team together, contact Kaiser Wilhelm on NA or join the Reddit in-house channel. But for now, we are going to continue watching this game. This is Team LMA, is it? Versus Team Never Invades. Team Never Invades, actually, ironically.
Doing so much invading.
Yeah, they've been doing a lot of invading this time around. Team LMA is blue, right? Team Never Invade is red. So Olaf's doing a very good job of shutting down the Amumu. He has 64 CS to Amumu's 58. Actually, Amumu able to pick up a bit of a lead. True Knights of the maybe wasting a little bit too much time counter jungling. You do see 2.9k on Amumu to 3.5k on Olaf. So only a 500 gold lead, not as significant as I thought it would be. He is also, by the way, maxing that undertow for the big AoE damage and clear times instead of the
doing a little bit. It looks like they want to dive this Warwick up top.
Yeah, I think they can. I mean, I really think they can. There is no ignite. However, he has just used his Qs out of mana. Olaf's going to go in, maybe try and find him.
Warwick playing so safe.
Yeah, really a smart thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Both times in a row we've seen a gank going and then able to back off. Udyr farming past turret could be bad. That taunt from Galio, no, he is going to decide to go back. Taunts, by the way, are unlike other CC. You know, CC is kind of, there's hard CC and soft CC. Hard CC is the kind of stuff that takes away control. Galio, Rammus, Shen, certain champions have abilities called taunts. And taunts actually force the enemy not only to lose control, but also attack you. So if Galio can get his ulti off under the turret, that taunt will force them to auto attack you. And of course, the way League of Legends works with its kind of aggro, its turret aggro, is that if you auto attack someone under turret, the turret aggro will switch to you.
Now I have a question, Milk. It's something I always forget. When Galio ults an Udyr, who, if he's in Bayer stance, when he attacks someone for the first time within, I believe, 7 seconds.
Oh no, a lot less than that. It's only like 4 seconds. But yeah, no, that is the case. Udyr is a very, very good counter pick to Galio, because all you have to do to stop the Galio ulti, as long as he doesn't have a Banshee's Veil, Udyr's Bear Stance will go on cooldown, and the Banshee's Veil is, of course, an item which will block spell casts. Udyr Bear Stance will be blocked by Banshee's Veil. However, if Galio doesn't have that picked up, and the Udyr is sitting in Bear Stance, which has this stun on hit, on your auto attacks, there's a stun component. Pretty much what Galio is going to do, he has a 2-second channeled ability. Udyr, however, gonna be able to just walk up and hit him with that Bear Stance stun, and Galio's ulti will be cast, and that pretty much means you reduce the amount of CC and damage he's able to throw out. But wow, look at that damage going down on an Olaf, taken very low by just one QE from Galio. Just maybe gonna go.
Now 5k gold lead in favor of the red team.
Wow, that is very significant. I mean, the score is only 2-3. However, as mentioned earlier, League of Legends not a deathmatch; it's a pushing game. Obviously, kills are nice because they give you the ability to push, and they also give you a little bit of extra gold to team fight better. If your team is in the lead in terms of your gold, it probably means you are in the lead in terms of your items, which probably means you are in the lead in terms of your team fight ability.
Looks like Team Never Invades getting in position for a dragon.
Yeah, Udyr does have teleport, and we do see two people up top. Amumu's gonna decide that, I'm just gonna protect my blue, but what that means is that dragon is gonna go down for free. First dragon of the game, 20 minutes in the game, quite late actually. Usually you want to see it. Oh, and Alistair's just barely out of range for that headbutt. Sorry, for that pulverize. So not quite able to get the knockup. Obviously, Alistair's W is a gap closer, his headbutt. His Q is a knockup. So you combine the two, you do what's called the W-Q combo, and you get in range and then use that. However, I think you do maximize the amount of CC if you can get the Q down first. But at any rate, that Q did miss, so no success there for him. Udyr, Amumu not actually deciding to commit, uses his smite on a purple melee minion. Not quite as OP as the purple caster minion, which obviously most overpowered thing in the game. However, it looks like they don't have smite to control this buff, but Olaf not around. Gonna be going for his red buff. We see a 6k gold lead. Oh, lots of damage going down bot. Tristana getting real big with that Lulu ulti, but a nice Infinity Edge crit for 363 damage, which is about a quarter of your overall health pool. He is critting minions for 540 damage right now. Critting champions, of course, having a little bit more armor do reduce the amount of physical damage though, for 363, and you just see Tristana getting destroyed by that Infinity Edge crit. Lulu now out of mana. Might want to be careful. Olaf does have his ulti. It is interesting to know. Sorry, Alistair with his ulti. Both of them will reduce CC. Oh, and a lot of damage going down onto Udyr up top. Gets ignited. There's the ult from Amumu. Amumu just going to be running alongside him with the tears. Gets the stun off. And I don't know. The flash is forced because they really want to pick up this kill. Udyr, though, is just so tanky with that turtle stance. Looks like he is going to go down.
But there's nobody in the area that's going to be able to save him, so yeah. This is kind of an exercise in futility.
But look how healthy he gets with that shield. Galio gets the XP off that, but doesn't want to go for the KS. No. I think Warwick could really use it. Galio doing such a great job farming. 200 CS here at the 21-minute mark. Orianna, though, 224. If you see an Orianna get this farmed, you are seeing a very good Orianna, because her lane stage is actually not as strong as her earlier stages. I think once team fights come, she's going to be so strong, able to put her command protect, her E. Pretty much the design of Orianna, by the way, she has this ball. She can command it by putting it anywhere on the map or on an ally, and then her W is sort of an AoE slow. Her ulti is an AoE sort of knock around, knock back. It kind of flips you over a central point, flips you over the ball. And of course, you don't really have to aim it if you have a champion like Alistair or Olaf who can fearlessly run into the middle of the enemy team. So we might be seeing her put her ball on Olaf and then just pop that ulti and that W when he gets in range. Lots of decent AoE team fight CC. It's going to be interesting to see exactly how things go, though. Galio, of course, with his ulti, very significant, and quite a large slow on Q, and an AoE team buff on E. Amumu, Udyr actually teleporting down. Amumu going to come in. He is 4 levels behind Udyr, but sorry, that is sort of irrelevant. 1 level behind the enemy Olaf. However, here we go. Tristana getting knocked up. She's not really getting any auto attacks off. However, Warwick is in the area. Amumu ulti is back up in another minute or so, so not going to really be all that relevant. However, the Warwick ulti does go down a nice bandage toss. Able to pick up the kill on Udyr.
On the other hand,
Olaf, meanwhile, pushing up top, almost certainly going to get this turret.
Oriana's going to take mid at the same time.
So actually, that sort of went in favor of red team.
Team never invade.
Yeah, team never invade. Thank you. If they pick up both turrets, which it looks like they will, that is 380 gold per person. A kill is only worth 300, and an assist is worth about 40% of 300, 175 for everyone involved. Split between everyone involved. So purple team actually coming out ahead on that trade, and of course they do get sort of map control by taking down those turrets. So we now see a 8k gold advantage for purple team. Just about 7.8k gold in the lead at the moment.
Look at how great their warding is.
Yeah.
They have wards inside of Amumu's jungle all over the place.
Blue buff warded, and kind of the area around Wraith Camp, which of course for the river exits. And now they also see that red buff has just respawned. Might maybe want to see them grouping up because I think they know they're in the dominant position here. Apparently my sound is messing up a lot. My cat is also meowing. I'm gonna go let him out. One of the problems of casting when you have pets. Be right back. So apparently the sound is messing up this game. I don't know what the deal is. There's this used loop back feature. Graves trying to get the steal from about 30 yards away.
Was that the back of Dragon?
He sent his ulti out from the back of Dragon. I don't actually know if that can connect. Anyway.
Another question that you may or may not know the answer to: when Oriana has her ball out, and there's that arrow pointing to the ball.
Yep.
Is that visible only to her team, or is it visible to both teams?
I think it's really just for Oriana to get an idea of how how far away it is. It will change colors green, yellow, red depending on how far you are away. And obviously, if you are running away from your ball and it's red, you know you're not about to use your ulti because it's about to instantly blink back to you. And if you get out of range right before you click ulti, it has happened to me before. It's quite embarrassing. You put the ulti down on yourself and you say, that's strange. Why did I just ult myself? But it is because that ball can be a little bit hard to control for less experienced Oriana players, which I certainly am. Not a lot of time with that champion. She's quite interesting, quite fun. Oriana Malphite, Oriana Alistair, Oriana Amumu. If you can really get a strong engage from one of your other champions, you can pretty much play her without really having to aim in team fights. And she does have a lot of AoE CC and a lot of AoE damage, plus a lot of utility. Galio really being a big bully here, has 148 MR.
Seems like she'd be synergizing well with Nocturne.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you can... by the way, a fun thing, these icons on the left and right side we see on Spectator Mode, when you're in game, the first icon corresponds to your F2 key. Oh, actually, I'm going to stop talking here. Olaf forced to use his ulti. If I were red team, I would back off and then re-engage, not waste a lot of time chasing him down, which looks like what they are going to do. Udyr, meanwhile, probably even maybe going to get a base turret and possibly an inhibitor here while the blue team does pick up Dragon. Looks like Warwick's going to go back. This Dragon is sort of uncontested. Wow, there's the ulti. Hits all three of them. Warwick getting on the Graves. That is almost certainly going to be a kill. Cancers on it, flashes over the wall. Very nicely done from her. Able to secure that kill. Galio, I didn't see exactly how his ulti went off. Oriana surviving by putting that ball back on herself. Can Amumu land the bandage toss? Doesn't look like he is able to. And a very nice self-shield. Her shield.
But that could be an inhib.
Yeah, I mean, we do see Wits End and Tiger Sense able to push so hard, but Warwick has backed off. Udyr, not really feeling it right now. That Hunter's Call does go down, and actually, no, I'm in there just on Sobot. I was gonna say this could be a good time to go Baron. Udyr has 2,000 gold that he's gonna probably want to turn into a Frozen Heart, or maybe even you do see Triforce quite good on him. Because he obviously wants to get that Tiger Stance proc off, and it just provides it with so much burst. However, Frozen Mallet, I'm always having this discussion. It is, in fact, probably going to be building into a Triforce because he has picked up that Zeal. Only thing he's missing now is the Sheen.
He could also be going for the Dunk Man.
The Dunk Man, Phantom Dancer. I love seeing Phantom Dancer on melee champs. It's just the most absurd thing. When you see a bruiser, especially Jarvan, because he has that 40% AS steroid on his E, you just see him attack so fast. It's like, silly Jarvan, you're not an 80 carry, you're a bruiser. At any rate, we don't see a Baron attempt from either team. Red team does have very nice vision. Blue team actually has no vision other than this one ward down here at their bot lane Tribrush. Then we're going to find that blue is in fact gone. That's a little awkward. I think Udyr picked that up earlier.
Yeah, he did.
So, really I think blue team making a little bit of a mistake by not putting a Oracles on their Amumu. Who is not really, if he gets caught... Oh, trying to go for the engage.
I don't know if it would have been a good idea.
I don't know if it would have been a good idea. They did have Lulu and Galio waiting in the wings. However, Tristana and Warwick are not there. I think maybe they saw Graves was bot and Udyr was top. Udyr does have his teleport up, by the way. So he can split push quite effectively, and then as long as he gets that 3.5 second channel time down to a ward or minion or turret, he is going to be able to join his team for team fights. And pretty much what that means is that if they send someone up here to stop Udyr, they can force a 4v5 where Udyr can just run into a brush and then teleport in. And if they don't, he can just push all the way into that inhib. We do see so much good ward coverage from Red Team. Able to see the Amumu in the brush, able to see the Warwick in the brush, able to see Tristana and Lulu. You pretty much have vision of everyone except Galio, who's not going to be picked up by this ward. However, Blue Team has no idea if they're going for Baron or not, because Alistair does have this Oracles picked up. Obviously, another good choice for the Oracles holder, as he is
Blue
quite
team just
tanky.
wants to fight so badly because they know that if they can get into a team fight, if they can catch a lot of people with the Amumu or the Galio ult, they're going to be in good shape.
Tristana, by the way, actually going to output more damage than Graves. Graves does have a significant gold advantage, 9.6k to 8.6, about 1,000 gold in the lead. However, he did pick up that QSS. So Tristana actually going to be dealing more damage if she can stay safe, if she can get those auto attacks with her extra Cloak of Agility, that extra crit chance. Udyr just taking down these creeps so fast. Gonna be found by Trist, however, she is not gonna go face check that brush. Orianna kind of waiting here, specking out what's going on, and it does look like a split push is gonna be going down very bot lane. Very good idea. This is the most amount of distance between Baron and Udyr that he can generate.
Oh god, Trish just
used a rocket jump, but I don't think she doesn't have her ulti up, so she should be dying anytime soon. Flash is down. However, what I'd like to see, they know Trist is down here. Udyr can, his team...
Just AFK in the brush.
Yeah. They really need an Oracles right now. It's a little bit silly for them. Looks like, gonna go for that Wit's End on Warwick. They changed the combined cost, I think, to 1,150 if you don't have that Null Magic Mantle, 400 Null Magic, 750 combined cost. Not too sure about
AFK?
Could be. Not in position to really do anything useful. And now we do see two bot. This is going to be a Baron attempt here. Udyr can just, like I said, with that teleport, there is the teleport. Lulu looks like she is actually AFK. A little bit of an anticlimactic Baron, because obviously we do see Blue Team.
There she is. They're moving.
She is back, but I think it is going to be too late. It's down to 3k HP, down to 2k, and there is the smite from Olaf. And this would be a mistake to fight them now. Going in for the stun. And it looks like Galio, the bear stance is down. This is actually very good for Blue Team. Oh, but it does get knocked up. The Amumu ult really missing the Graves.
So much damage that Baron. So much. Triss able to pick up the Olaf.
Able to pick up the kill on Olaf. However, it does get bear stance over that wall. Does rocket jump in. Maybe able to get up. No, but there is the E. Gets taken down very quickly. Lulu.
Let's get at least one in him.
Yep. No, I think this could even be game. Lulu, use your summoner heal. You're still alive. No reason to die here. Not even using it. I guess maybe she knew she was dead. Who knows? But that could even be GG here. A 4 for 5. A 1 for 4 exchange. Although Blue Team really isn't that pushed. They have two sort of inner turrets. It goes outer turret, inner turret, inhib turret. They have two inhib turrets mid and bot lane. So it looks like the Wise are just going to back off. Graves can afford a Phantom Dancer, maybe pot up a little bit at Orianna. Looks like she might want to complete either a Rylai's or a Void Staff. I think she has the gold for either. Udyr picking up what looks to be the components of a Randuin's Omen. Wise choice. Randuin's, we do see it picked up on Olaf. So I think part of the reason that they were able to take Baron so fast is they do have double wriggles, lately we've been seeing like a lot of Alistar jungles, a lot of Maokai jungles, Mundo jungles. They don't really clear the big camps as fast necessarily because they don't have attack speed steroids plus this 425 magic damage proc on it. You know, pretty much every 4 attacks you have a.
I think it's just another potential strength for a team. You know, you see those 3 Ruggles lineups on occasion, and you'll see them go for very early or very aggressive Barons because they know that they can just get them done. And in a lot of situations, you know, you might want to pick a team like this, Team LMA has, where you've got a lot of AOE, you've got a lot of, you know, just general team fight options, and if you're confident on your ability to get to the team fight stage and to get into a position where when you fight 5v5, you want to win almost every time, then that's good. On the other hand, Team Never Invade has done a great job in never engaging unless they have the opportunity. Except for that one fight at Dragon, all of their engagements have been pretty superb.
I also think that the fact that they have no oracles is really hurting them. So much map control from red team. Top lane, sorry, has a double inhib wave. Sorry, double super minion wave. Is going to push very hard. Amumu really not being used to his full potential here, I think. He hasn't really got a clutch ulti. Graves has a QSS, which does reduce a lot of the efficiency. And the only time we've really seen the Amumu help really on that Graves is when they were able to use the Amumu ult and the Warwick ult, like kind of right on top of each other. So he cleansed one but not the other, and that did allow Chris to pick up the kill. Amumu taken so low by just an Orianna W and 2 auto attacks from Graves, who now does have a Last Whisper.
I feel like your assessment early on in this game was pretty spot on. The idea that we have 2 of the initiation ults, the Amumu and the Galio, but we don't really have that damage ult that you tend to lay down on top of it. Like in Season 1, it tended to be Nunu ult, but Anivia worked. Anivia works. There's a lot of, even Orianna, there's a lot of really good damage. Gragas is fine if you plan on disengaging right after.
Alistar actually keep knocking that Amumu back over the wall. Thanks, buddy.
That's saves.
Yeah.
Our games are never complete without him.
Exactly. But yeah, I mean, it's sort of like if you switch the Tristana and the, if you switch the Tristana for the Graves, even just that change makes a huge difference. Tristana really no AoE to throw down in that kind of comp. You know, Lulu maybe switched out for like a Sona or something, you know. Oh, and a flash ulti! There's the ulti, and beautiful chain CC, but they just don't have the damage. Tristana going instead for the Olaf, Amumu going down finally, Graves going down. This is actually in the advantage of blue team, I think, as long as they can keep Tristana alive. There, oh, and Alistar missing his there, but we get the flash. He headbutts Lulu instead of Trist, and this is still sort of, blue team can come back from this as long as Tristana does a good job of staying alive.
Oh, wow.
Very nice damage going in from Galio on that Olaf. Tristana has to be careful not to use her rocket jump too liberally. Too much damage maybe going to be going down on a Galio. They do use a lot of CC onto Galio though. Still, very back and forth sort of team fight here. Tristana so close to picking up an ace if she was maybe just a little bit luckier with some, sort of the timings on some of those fills. They did a nice job of, Orianna I think zoned her very well, throwing out, you know, she kind of saw the Tristana going in and said, I don't think so, and kind of threw a Q out, and it was just able to really stop Tristana from going in. Look at the ward coverage on red!
I know, it's
wow! That is hilarious.
Has acne.
Seriously. What is this, the day before prom?
Oh, God.
Don't remind me. Anyway, so very nice coverage from red. That is like actually a lot of gold to throw down there on wards, but then again, you know what they say, wards win games. It looks like
they're 13k ahead.
Yeah, so I guess they have a little bit of money to spend on wards. Really, I'd say that this is just because of the amount that Purple Team has been able to push. 6 turrets times 200 gold, approximately. Sorry, it is actually 150 gold, is it? Yeah, I always get confused. Don't worry, I have about 2,000 games of LoL played. Oh wow, Lulu getting found! Almost certainly going to be killed. I don't know what to say there. It looks like she had finally invested in an Oracles and wanted to go clear Baron. However, she did so without leaving, you know, leaving a safety kind of, you know, way to escape. Her flash and the heal were down. She didn't use her ulti. She didn't use her polymorph. That is life when you get caught out of position. Red team not even bothering to leave behind small creeps. They know that they control the enemy jungle. They are clearing it and getting as much gold as possible. We do see it looks like they have a very nice job. They've done a very nice job warding up the interest of Baron. Looks like there could be a little bit of a wall bang here. Graves getting over the wall. No
Oh,
wards
wow.
down for blue.
I
However,
love seeing this stuff.
yeah. And it looks like they're just going to go straight for the inhib. Smart move. They know Lulu's down. However, they might have waited just a little bit too long. However, nope. They do have the damage. Just able to take it down so fast.
This team fight.
This team fight could be it. However, it does look like based on the wards we see from Red, they're playing it safe. They're instead just going to go for that Baron. Which is up now, in fact. Very nice timings from Red. It decided, hey guys, I think that we have, another 40 seconds of the Baron. Let's go ahead, get that inhib, kind of delay them. It looks like Galio's going to lead. Gets that E down. Ooh, but Red team knows that they don't have any vision. It might go for a little bit of a pincer move here. Udyr's just pushing mid. And then we're going to see blue team say, what's up? Actually going to look like they're going to go for Baron. Wow. We'll see how this is. I'm just going to put my mouse over Baron. It's at just over half health. We see Tristana getting split. Oh, and Udyr going to go in. The random and slow goes off. And Lulu gets taken down so low. That Udyr just throwing out so much damage. Tristana rocket jump coming up now. Able to jump over the wall there. Galio has used his ulti. So much damage going down. That is almost certainly going to be an ace. Oh, just almost getting down that Udyr. I think a little bit of misplay here from m1lk and Galio and Warwick because
splitting off from the Tristana.
I mean, a very bad rocket jump from Tristana. They want to get out of the Baron pit. As long as someone is within these walls, Baron will be aggroing them. It will never stop until everyone inside the walls is dead. This looks like it could be game for red team. However, no, they're still not looking to just push to win. Kind of a little bit of miscommunication. We have seen them be very well coordinated so far. They could have just ended the game. Instead, they're taking down all three inhibs, really stretching this game out a little bit unnecessarily, I'd say. They still have 20 seconds left. Olaf, oh, it looks like we are going to see a surrender vote coming out. So very well played from Red Team. That is, of course, the first game in the m1lkcast tournament. We are going to be keeping track of the winners and the losers of each game and generate a leaderboard bracket type thing. So I am going to take a short break before continuing the next game because I am so sick of these sound bugs I've been having. Apparently the audio glitched out on 2 separate occasions in that last game. So at any rate, I will say very well played from both teams. VODs will be available on m1lkcast.com. YouTube.com/m1lkcast. However, our website, m1lkcast.com, does have a link to a stream, does have a link to an IRC program that you can use to maybe say, hey, what's going on? And kind of see what I'm up to. I will be AFKing in that m1lkcast channel. It's m1lkcast on QuickNet. Also, I will, I think you might be able to see Kaiser Wilhelm in there. So, by the way, for those of you who are watching this, maybe either here on the stream or on a VOD on YouTube, go ahead. If you want to play in these games, send a friend request to Kaiser Wilhelm on the NA server, or join us in the Reddit in-house channel on NA, or m1lkcast on QuakeNet. So I'm going to go ahead and say very well played from both teams. We didn't really see the initiation potential from m1lk, Galio. We didn't really see the AoE to follow it up when they were able to actually get that chain CC down. Like I said, not so happy about the Tristana pick. Very, very, very good Udyr pick from Purple Team. Able to CC the Galio out of his ulti, even if he doesn't have control over his character, because it just has to pop that bear stance before, when he anticipates the Galio, and he can go stun him out of it. We didn't see Galio pick up a Banshee's Veil. I don't really know how I feel about that. We saw him pick up a Void Staff, which doesn't synergize with Abyssal. One of them is flat penetration, one of them is percent. They don't really stack all that efficiently together. Obviously, we'll give you a little bit more damage, however, you sort of get diminishing returns. I would have liked to see a Banshee's Veil from Galio so that those flash ultis would not be able to be interrupted by Udyr. However, Alistair also a very good pick against Galio because if you get taunted, you can just ulti and then hit Q or W on a Galio and knock him out of it. So very well played from Purple Team, able to really break the chain CC that it looks like Blue Team was going for. Blue going for sort of a team fight comp. Didn't really see it work so well this game. However, was interesting to watch. Only 10 to 18 in terms of the kills in a 40-minute game. We did see a huge advantage from Purple Team. Maybe could have pushed to win a little bit earlier. I think playing it very safely, which in a sort of tournament setting is wise. You want to get every win you can. So I'm going to go ahead and say GGWP. I'm going to take a little look at the stream settings I've got running here, and we are going to jump right into, I believe, game 2 between Team Poop and Team
I have
Renaissance.
Team Renaissance.
There
Yes.
we go. All right. So thanks for watching, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and end this recording.